All right, so the word capacity. Capacity is the volume of fluid or gas that an object can hold. So common metric units are milliliters, liters, kiloliters, and even megaliters, which are all 1,000 times each other. And this is a really handy conversion chart that you need to know and understand. So 1 liter, let's look at this one, is actually 1,000 little milliliters. And if I want to go from 1,000 milliliters back to liters, I'll just divide by 1,000. And if I want to go from liters to kiloliters, I'll divide by 1,000 again. So all those little parts, it's sort of less useful to think of it in thousands or millions, as you'll see, of parts in capacity, when sometimes you can just represent it as a much smaller number. So this is way cool. And I have to tell you, coming from one of the 3, and yes, only 3 countries in the world that use the imperial system, this is the magic of the metric system. If you relate volume, which we did in the previous chapter, as cubic meters, to capacity, it's just such a seamless flow. 1 cubic centimeter, so a centimeter, 1 by 1 by 1 by 1, is equal to 1 milliliter. Note the small m. So a centimeter cubed on each side, cubic centimeter, is equal to 1 milliliter. And the same thing if we did it, I don't know why I erased that, if we had 1 meter, meter by meter by meter, a cubic meter is actually equal to 1,000 liters, or 1 kiloliter. And if you got a kiloliter of milk, I don't know what you would do with it. But you can see here that 1 liter of milk, the capacity for that carton is 1 liter, or 1,000 milliliters, milli, small m, which is the same as its volume of 1,000 cubic centimeters. They are the same, they work. So let's convert. So to convert to the units shown in brackets, I'm going to go from small m milliliters to liters. So how do I do that? Let's look here. So from milliliters to liters, I'm going to divide by 1,000. So I can get a smaller number to represent a larger amount. So what I'm going to get is that 500 millismall m liters is actually equal to 500 divided by 1,000. So if I actually did that, one way to think about it is to do 500 divided by 1,000. Look at that. It's actually 5 over 10, or actually equals a half. So the better way to write that is actually 0.5, which is equivalent to a half, liters. So 500 milliliters is 500 divided by 1,000, because that's how we get from milliliters to liters. And that shows us that it's 0.5 liters. That's the conventional way to write it. Now look at this. This is a capital M. So we have 3 megaliters. Megaliters. And we want to find that in liters. So it's a couple of steps here, as you can see. So 3 megaliters is equal to, let's see, how many kiloliters? If we went from megaliters to kiloliters, we would write 3 times 1,000, which would give us 3,000 kiloliters, right? So we've got this far, but that's not what we want. We want the whole thing in liters. So that's also equal to 3,000 kiloliters times another 1,000. And what does that give us off the top of your head? Come on. It gives me 3 million liters. How did I work that out so fast? I've got 3 zeros. Meow. I have 1,000 3 zeros. Meow. There they are. So to go from megaliters to liters, I had to go through that step of multiplying by 1,000 and another 1,000, which gave us 3 million liters. See how it's so much easier to express that as capital M megaliters, 3. How many megaliters do I have? 3. How many liters do I have? 3 million. I don't want to count that. Find the capacity of this container in liters. So capacity, first we have to find the volume. The volume equals length times width times height. So let's go 20 for the length times 10 for the width times, because these are the same length, another 10. So how am I going to do this? So 20 times 10 times 10, look at me. The volume is equal to 2,000, what kind of centimeters? Cubic centimeters, because it fills all that space. Now we have to make a conversion because we want this in liters. So what did we find out here before? So 1 cubic centimeter is equal to 1 milliliter. Then we have the equivalent of 2,000, that's 0, milliliters. We've already, that conversion is there for us. So a cubic centimeter goes to the capacity of a milliliter. So what do I want in liters, and how do I go from milliliters to liters? So to get from milliliters to liters, a larger amount, to give me a smaller number, I'm going to divide by 1,000. So I'm going to get 2,000 divided by 1,000. And another way to think about that is 2,000 divided by 1,000. Look at that. It actually equals 2 liters. And so we've done our conversion. Now, do some practice. Make sure you get it right.